So a couple minutes, we'll get rolling here. Anybody nervous? And I'm just glad there's no cameras on me or anything like that. So Mr. Mast here, so I got the director, Mr. Isaac, there's all kinds of. So.
And I'm gonna grab this. I'll change the battery. Sure. No.
So while we're waiting, let's do, and I'm kind of going off script already. I know the director's looking at me. Sorry, sir.
You push and hold, get
So
green.
color guard.
Steady green.
So today's color guard is a virtual color guard performance. We had the video them out front of the facility. It's a great video, and you can see the entire facility. It really is a beautiful shot. When we had to move the event inside to this room, the ceiling height is not very high. It was very challenging to do carry arms, and I didn't really want to say, hey, can you do trail arms and things like that, so we decided to go with the video version of it. So when you see that, just know that we try to take advantage of every opportunity here. We just couldn't make it work. But I think you'll enjoy the video. So we'll get started here now.
Yeah, I'm going to use his mic.
Minute.
Are you going to stay up here? Yeah, I'm going to stay. We're good now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been a long time coming, huh? This is a really exciting day. I was telling Mookie, who came from DC this morning, that I had some remarks for me that I don't know if I'll get through them, but I'll do my very best when it comes to Tom and what he meant to me in the short time that I got to know Tom. So I promise you I'll do my very best. But if everyone is ready, we're gonna get rolling here. So welcome. Today we honor the service and sacrifice of Mr. Thomas H. Corey, a true American hero, by rededicating the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center, the heartbeat and hub of the West Palm Beach VA healthcare system, in his name. For those of you who are unaware of who I am, my name is Richard Bryan. I prefer Buzz, but Richard is fine. I serve as the outreach director here for the West Palm Beach VA healthcare system. I guess first impressions are everything. And Tom sure left one heck of an impression on me years later, I can't help but share with a smile. When I reflect on Tom wheeling past me with such purpose directly into the director's suite, it's etched in my mind. I recall thinking, who is this man? So confident, driven, focused. I would soon learn he was a champion, a tireless advocate for our veterans. His passion, his dedication, it left me with profound admiration. I'm sorry, I'm off mic. Today, it is deeply personal privilege to be part of this rededication and a moment that honors Tom's remarkable impact on all of our lives. And that for the many reasons today, I have the utmost privilege to be your MC. Thomas H. Corey was a man of quiet strength and humility, yet his impact resonates powerfully. And so in a manner befitting the lasting echoes of his legacy, we begin today with great spirit. Our local medical media team has produced a wonderful video featuring the United States Army, Miami Battalion, Jupiter Recruiting Company, and we're going to show that here in a minute, so please draw your attention to the screen behind me.
We honor an American hero whose life exemplified resilience, leadership, and unwavering dedication to veterans, Thomas H. Corey. His journey from soldier to advocate inspires us all, and it is fitting that the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center now bears his name. Born on December 24, 1944, in Detroit, Michigan, the second born out of 10 children. Mr. Corey was drafted into the U.S. Army in December 1966. By May 1967, he was serving in Vietnam as a combat infantryman and squad leader with the 1st Cavalry Division, 1st Battalion, 12th Cavalry. On January 31, 1968, during the Tet Offensive, Thomas was struck by enemy fire in Quang Tri Province, resulting in a spinal cord injury that left him paralyzed and a quadriplegic. After his injury, he returned to Detroit for rehabilitation and shortly after relocated to West Palm Beach, Florida, where he immersed himself in community affairs and became a passionate advocate for veterans. His personal experiences fueled his determination to improve the lives of his fellow servicemen and women. Mr. Corey founded the local Vietnam Veterans of America, also known as VVA, Chapter 25. He led delegations to Vietnam 16 times, working on the fullest possible accounting of those still missing in action. Mr. Corey's relentless efforts earned him a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. He dedicated over 15 years as an ombudsman and program specialist at his home VA, the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center. His unwavering commitment to veterans' rights and well-being left an indelible mark on the community and the nation. He served as a key member on the Fisher House Board and always focused on caring for those who served and continue to serve our great nation. Renaming the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center as the Thomas H. Corey VA Medical Center is more than a tribute. It is a commitment to honor his life's work. The facility, in honor of Thomas, will continue on with unwavering service to veterans as he once did. Thomas H. Corey's legacy is a testament to the strength and sacrifice of our veterans. His name now stands as a beacon of hope, resilience, and dedication for all who pass through these doors.
For those that can, please stand as the United States Army Miami Battalion Jupiter Recruiting Company presents the colors. So I ask you please remain standing. I'm going to introduce Emmy-nominated singer Bo Davidson to sing our national anthem. Mr. Davidson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mr. Davidson, for your time and your talents. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I ask that the daughter of Mr. Thomas H. Corey, Sean Corey, please come up to the podium to do the honors.
Good morning. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
can all please be seated. Thank you, Ms. Corey. It was wonderful. As we begin the ceremony patriotically, we also must do so with a blessing. I invite our Chief Chaplain and friend of Tom, Anthony Beasley, to the podium to give thanks and pray.
Thank you, Buzz. Sorry. That's much better when you have the right page. Works better. All right. Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we gather in your presence today to honor the brave souls who have served our nation, sacrificing much in the name of freedom and peace. May this place, now bearing a new name, continue to be a sanctuary of healing, hope, and dignity for all veterans who walk through its doors. Bless this medical center as it carries forward the legacy of service and care. May its new name inspire compassion, resilience, and gratitude in the hearts of those it serves and those who serve within its walls. Let this name be a beacon of remembrance, reminding us of the courage and commitment of our veterans and calling us to support and care for them with unwavering love and respect. This facility being named after Thomas H. Corey is fitting because, like many veterans that served this nation, Tom too sacrificed his body during the Vietnam War and physically struggled his entire life due to that physical sacrifice. However, he never let his wounds slow him down from doing all he could for veterans. He was even nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, for which we are grateful for, dear Lord, for leading him to that. Grant wisdom to the leaders and caregivers here that they may provide comfort and healing with tender hearts and skillful hands. Surround each patient with your peace and strength, and let them feel the appreciation of a grateful nation. As we rename this medical center, Lord, let this act symbolize renewal and reverence. May it honor the past, celebrate the present, and offer hope for the future. May this medical center stand as a testimony and a testament to the valor and sacrifice of those who have given so much for our country. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Beasley, for your thoughtful message and words. Now we must welcome the many in attendance gathered here today with our Executive Director, Mr. Corey Price. Mr. Price was appointed to this role in 2021 and built memories to remember with Tom. As a proud U.S. Army Medical Service Corps officer, it of course was inevitable that two Army brothers were going to bond. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Price to the podium for a personal greeting.
Welcome. I'd like to first begin by acknowledging those who have joined us to celebrate this very, very important occasion. The Honorable Congressman Brian Mast, Director of the United States American Vietnam War Commemoration, Major General Crystal, representatives from national, state, and local Veterans of America organization. From the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, we have Executive Director James the Hammer Hartzell, America Legion Department of State Commander Chris Hamrick, Palm Beach County Mayor Maria Marino, Visinate Network Director David Isaacs. We also have the Executive and Associate Directors Cloudy Jangdari and Raquel Bulford Frazier from our sister facility in the Miami VA Healthcare System. We also have previous West Palm Beach directors, Donna Caton Bahinsky and Mrs. Sherry Zabo. So we're honored to have them with us here today. I welcome all those who came to join Tom's family and our medical center in celebrating this momentum occasion. Your presence alone represents the magnitude of this event and the extraordinary impact Mr. Corey had locally, regionally, and nationally. Mr. Corey made logic. It is my distinct honor to be here today and speak on behalf of the entire West Palm Beach VA healthcare system. From the perspective of a director, I have not encountered a greater advocate for veterans and staff alike. Tom ensured we were, in fact, one team. He was in the director's office with us and made sure we were always working on the same mission. When I think of Tom and his lifelong work, I think of no better word to describe him than servant leader. Whether filling the role as a fellow veteran or a fellow colleague, he served tirelessly and with the unwavering resolve of a steadfast soldier. In my past, I was a United States Army soldier as well. I had the distinct honor of evacuating the ill and injured from foreign battlefields. I was solely responsible for navigating my crew, my medevac crew, through the complete unknown to a destination where a fallen soldier would have been experiencing their most significant and life-changing experience. I don't like to talk about these stories much, but I can share personally, I wondered what happened to each of those fine men and women that I had the privilege to save. I wondered, was my crew fully prepared? Did I fly fast enough? Did I get them to the right treatment facility, or even did they make it back stateside? Now, as an older vet, I find myself contemplating where those souls are at today. Did they safely return to their families? Did they make an impact upon the return, or worse, did they suffer in silence and lose hope? Many of you know, and those that didn't saw it just now in this wonderful tribute video moments ago. Tom turned his injuries into action. Where he could have said, "This is too hard," he decided to do something about it and decided to change the future. He decided to propel himself back into the community, and if it were not for Tom and many others, this medical center may not exist. Because there was no such time Mr. Corey would allow any circumstance to come between him and the goal he would surely reach. There was not a challenge he would not accept. In fact, most would argue he would take on those challenges specifically. Without fail, he succeeded each time, even in the most unlikely scenarios. That was his way and his extraordinary gift. Those of us who had the privilege to work alongside him will not forget. In honor of Tom, I, along with my staff, will stand firm in ensuring we continue to meet the needs of our nation's heroes, that we make every effort to improve and expand care options, whether they be within these walls or within one of our partners like the Miami VA Healthcare System or Orlando, or with the community. We will honor his name and his legacy. Thank you again for being here in remembrance of this unforgettable and invincible true hero. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Price. As mentioned by Mr. Price, we are surrounded by many here who were vital in the renaming and personally knew Tom. To begin the special remarks, I invite National President of Vietnam Veterans of America, aka VVA, Jack McManus, to the podium. Mr. McManus was first elected in 2021 to his role and is award recipient of the Vietnam Veterans of America's highest honor, the VVA Commendation Medal, for his extraordinary service to the organization, to all veterans, and to the community at large. Now I'll hand over the mic to Mr. McManus.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can see where you want to go.
One of the advantages of being the old guy in the room is that even with the cheaters, you don't get to read your speech. Let me just say a few words. That this is a great day, and this is a day of two things that I believe is important. One is gratitude, and the other is pride. The gratitude that we have for Congressman Mast and his staff that worked so diligently to get this federal designation accomplished, as well as Janet Alheit and Moki Porter and their robust committee from all over the country that met every week without fail. Every week would meet and task those of us that were participating on the outside to get off our butts and get moving. So we really appreciate that. But mostly, our gratitude is to the Corey family for allowing us with this great opportunity to know Tom Corey for so many years, that he worked with us and participated with VBA. This was a guy that by all rights should have been angry. But this was a guy who, instead of being angry, turned things around to be productive and change. He wanted to make sure unequivocally that VBA lived up to its motto, that future generations would not face the same issues that the Vietnam generation faced. Tom did that with diligence and steadfast, I'm telling you, determination. This was a junkyard dog. When he got onto something, you couldn't get him off it. All right, he really was on. So we have great gratitude for all of those folks that made this day possible and made the memory of Tom possible. The other thing we have is pride. We have pride to know that we were so associated with such a great American veteran as Tom Corey for so many years. Our organization looks at this designation not just for Tom, but for all Vietnam veterans. Tom is the first national president of VBA to have a VA facility named on his behalf. For this, we are very, very grateful and thankful, and we thank, again, Congressman Mast for that. But further, we think the pride in the name of having Tom Corey's name on the masthead of this medical center will be a great inspiration to those people that are going to work here for many, many, many years. It's inspiring to know that the person whose name and the building you're working at gave much more than you'll ever give on the behalf of this country and on behalf of fellow veterans, both those in his time and those that followed after him. And most of all, on behalf of the Vietnam Veterans of America organization, I'd like to thank the VA, the Congress, the Senate, and the President for signing the legislation that made this tremendous event happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McManus. Alongside Mr. McManus, Vice President of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 25, Mr. Jerry Klein, has many years of memories side by side with Tom, making impact after impact for veterans. I'd like to bring Jerry up to the podium. I also want to recognize the fact that Jerry is a Silver Star recipient with valor for his actions in Vietnam. So,
I hope I can get through this, but
you got it?
I will do the best I can. A little bit of Vietnam Veterans of America and 1st Cavalry Division history. Good morning. My name is Jerry Klein, a proud Vietnam veteran. It is my honor and privilege to be here as my friend Tom Corey and his legacy are celebrated. I first met Tom Corey in November 1983 in Washington, D.C. at the founding convention of Vietnam Veterans of America. But our connection goes back much further, that 16 years to be exact, 1967. In December 1967, I was assigned to Company A, 2nd Battalion, 8th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division. Beginning on December 6th and ending on December 20th, my unit was engaged in a battle with the 22nd NVA Regiment in what became known as the Battle of Tam Quan, not far from Landing Zone English in Bangsan Plains, Bindin Province, Tukor. The key date was December 15th, 1967. The 12th Cavalry Regiment engaged in a significant fighting against the NVA. My unit, the 8th Cavalry, played a small role in that battle. We were basically a blocking force. Unbeknownst to either of us at the time, Tom and I were engaged in the same battle against the same enemy forces on the same battlefield. Tom was assigned to Company C, 1st Battalion, 12th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division. On December 15th, 1967, Tom was awarded the Bronze Star Medal with V device denoting valor in combat. A month and a half later, on the January 31st, 1968, Tom was severely wounded, and Rich Velez saved his life. I know that Rich Velez, a member of Tom's company, has joined us today to celebrate the naming of this hospital after Tom Coley. Rich, could you please stand and be recognized? It wasn't until years later that Tom and I exchanged war stories and learned that we had been in the same battle. I suspect our infantry companies might have crossed paths during our tours of duty in Vietnam. We certainly patrolled the same ground during our time in Vietnam. Over the past 45 years of existence of Vietnam Veterans of America, I've had the privilege of working with Tom on important issues that affected the lives of Vietnam veterans and all veterans. Significantly starting in 1997 and 2022, I worked with Tom on all levels of EVAs. Especially significant was our collaboration as members of Friends of Fisher House Board of Directors in what would become the Thomas H. Corey VA Medical Center. His inspirational leadership on so many important issues that veterans care about, and the passion in which he addressed those issues is why we celebrate the naming of the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center, the Thomas H. Corey VA Medical Center. Thank you very much.
I'm not much taller. Thank you, Jerry. Our next special guest is Janet Allheight. Miss Allheight stopped at nothing to support Tom and his many achievements. From pushing him up flights of stairs in Vietnam to caring for him at home, she was never not by his side. So he was able to better support the brave ones that have fought so dearly for us in this country. Please welcome to the podium Miss Janet Allheight.
Good morning. Such an honor to finally be here and honor our dear friend, Thomas H. Corey. I'm going to do my best. It's a lot of emotion, and all of you know that emotion. And anybody that Tom was close to and anyone that he met, he touched that way. And I know I can speak for all of us. We all loved him so dearly. I first began working with Tom in 1992. And I was truly a privilege to serve as his private nurse and close friend for 3 decades. From the very first trip we shared, there was an instant bond, one that turned into a lifelong friendship. I'll never forget the conversation that Tom and I had on our way back from Washington, D.C., where he shared with me the memory of the Battle of Tam Quan, where he lost his good friend, Wayne Riza. In that moment, a connection was formed. A bond built on trust and mutual understanding, which would sustain us over the next 30 years. Throughout our friendship, I came to learn so much about the challenges faced by Vietnam veterans. Tom's passion for helping veterans became my own, and soon my world was centered around Vietnam and its aftermath, particularly in how we could support those affected by the war. Tom was, without a doubt, a natural-born leader. His energy, passion, and commitment to improving the lives of veterans, their families, and those still serving was unmatched. What I admired the most about Tom was his unwavering integrity, his calm demeanor, his tireless dedication to his fellow veterans. Despite the immense physical challenges that Tom faced, he never wavered. His innate charisma, combined with a humility that never failed to make him approachable, left a lasting impression on everyone who met him. His wheelchair, once seen as an obstacle to him, became a powerful symbol of his strength and a tool that helped him break down barriers and push forward with his mission. For many years, Tom and I traveled across the country 3 to 4 times a month in his role with the work with Vietnam Veterans of America. One of the most significant chapters of our journey together began in 1994, when we embarked on our first of 16 trips to Vietnam with the Vietnam Veterans of America's Veterans Initiative Task Force. This was a mission to help achieve the fullest possible accounting from those still missing from the war on both sides. And it was a mission that was very close to Tom's heart. To give an idea of the challenges we faced, imagine traveling to Vietnam in 1994 as a quadriplegic, without ADA-compliant facilities, without elevators, without accessible vehicles, and the physical toll of enduring 3 flights over the course of 32 hours, all while unable to move around, was grueling. And that was just one way. And yet, Tom never hesitated. For him, the mission was everything. One of our most adventurous moments of the work that we did came when we traveled to a remote excavation site to recover American remains that were missing on the top of a mountain. The journey there was anything but easy. The only way to get there was on an old Russian helicopter. That was interesting. Fly over triple canopy jungle to get to the area in Quang Tri province called Nak Travak, the Battle of Nak Travak, landing in a village, and then having to have Tom carried on a flatboard up the narrow path to get to the top of the mountain. For most people, this would have been unimaginable, but for Tom, it was simply part of the job. He was driven by his unwavering commitment to finding and honoring the missing, no matter the difficulty. One of the incredible highlights of the work that Tom and I did, and all of us did in Vietnam, was to be able to participate in repatriation ceremony of American service members being returned home, and to watch escort their caskets onto the plane and a salute. The VA hospital was central to Tom's life. He relied on the VA for all his care for over 50 years as a high-level quadriplegic. His advocacy for veterans began in the late 70s on the spinal cord unit at the Miami VA Medical Center with Paralyzed Veterans of America and Pedro de Armas, his good friend. In the early 80s, veterans in Palm Beach County faced long drives to get to Miami. Tom was instrumental in advocating for the new hospital in the area. He played a pivotal role in bringing the West Palm Beach VA Hospital to life, attending subcommittee hearings on Capitol Hill in 1983, and working alongside others for over 12 years to ensure that the local veterans received the care they deserved. After his retirement from the Vietnam Veterans of America in 2005, Tom continued his work as a patient advocate, dedicating his days to improving the lives of those he fought for. And he loved to come here. He got up every morning, and he never complained. He got up every morning and just went to work. I want to personally thank the doctors who were always there for Tom in his most challenging moments. Dr. Langani, who's the former chief of staff, was so instrumental, and Dr. A.J. First, Miami chief surgery, on many occasions, when Tom's most difficult moments, coordinated care during those critical times that was nothing short of extraordinary and saved his life. To Dr. Papavici, Tom's primary care provider, always with a smile and a warm heart, and taking such great care of Tom for her dedication throughout the years. The VA healthcare system has been truly fortunate to have all of them as part of its team. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Congressman Mast and the entire Florida congressional delegation for bringing this legislation forward. It's been an absolute pleasure working with all of your staff, especially Eli Almendarez and Michaela Swan in Washington. And we just thank you so much for the work that you did. And I just want to say, all of you helped in getting this done. So many people across the country, across the nation, helped us, and so thank you all so much. A big thank you to Jack McManus, and here's my heart with VVA. I was raised with VVA at 24 years old, brought into this world with this amazing man. Thank you, Jack, and Vietnam Veterans of America for your advocacy on this legislation and continuing to support Tom for over the past 4 decades. I also want to express my gratitude to VVA's renaming committee that Jack referenced. It was a small group of Tom's long-term friends, including myself, who met every week for the last 2 years, advocating for the legislation every step of the way to ensure that Tom's legacy would be honored. And lastly, to my family, who was Tom's family as well, for your support always with Tom, and for your support in helping me get through this incredible achievement that we all achieved together. It's truly been an honor to advocate for the renaming of this hospital in Tom's memory. His legacy is secured, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to walk this journey with him. Thank you all for being here to honor Tom today and for keeping his spirit alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna, for all that you did for Tom. It sure did not and still does not go unnoticed. Now it is with great honor that we welcome the Honorable U.S. Congressman Brian Mast, a distinguished Army veteran whose dedication to service and unwavering commitment to our community mirrors the very passion that Tom embodied, to officially seal at this renaming ceremony. Please welcome Congressman Brian Mast.
I think we all know as service members that what we experience in war, it does stay with us for life. The bad parts, the loss of limbs, the shrapnel to your eye, the bullet in the gut, the burns, the broken backs, the physical injuries, and of course the loss of friends. It never goes away. But the good also stays in us. The resilience, the determination, and the incalculable, immeasurable, inexhaustible, and unending commitment to our brothers and sisters in arms. That too never leaves us. Thomas Corey's wounds remained with him for life as he left Vietnam, leaving him paralyzed. But Thomas Corey's boundless commitment to anybody serving this country, it also remained with him through every moment of life as well. I can tell you, and my staff can tell you, there's not a specific law that exists that outlines what has to be the life of somebody whose name is born on a VA medical center or a hospital or any other building. There's not a requirement specifically for when and where and how and which branch they had to serve in. For what they had to do on behalf of their brothers and sisters, it doesn't exist. But if it were to exist in law, it would read as a biography of our friend Thomas Corey, because he truly did live a life worthy of making his name bear on this facility for all of our lives and everybody that comes after us to see it, to read it, to learn about him, and to reflect and know what it really means to go and fight on behalf of our brothers and sisters in arms. It's a great day. I'm proud of everybody that's a part of it. Thank you for getting this done.
Thank you to Congressman Brian Mast for your thoughtful remarks and for all that you do for our veterans. To bring the ceremony to close, please join me in welcoming Brian Corey, son of American hero we are honoring today, to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to start off this morning by expressing my sincere gratitude to the executive leadership team of the West Palm Beach VA healthcare system and the communications team for organizing such a great event. The effort and dedication that goes into planning something like this is of this magnitude are commendable. Thank you for making today so special. Having the opportunity to be part of similar events myself, I understand the dedication required to bring them to life. Some of my fondest memories at the Thomas H. Corey VA Medical Center have been working alongside my father in such initiatives such as the Disability Mentoring Day and the Traveling Wall. These experiences provided us with a unique way to connect, while also highlighting my father's unwavering passion for serving the community. He was a dedicated employee of this medical center for many years, and his engagement of our veterans came in a variety of ways. My father was a tireless advocate, dedicating his life to championing the needs and rights of veterans. From my earliest memories, his commitment to advocating for veterans was clear. Throughout his extensive career in veteran activism, his dedication never wavered. This advocacy was not just a profession, it was his way of life. It was reflected in his daily choices, his values, and the countless conversations he would have. No issue was too small for his attention, and if it mattered to you, it mattered to him. He was always willing to listen, support, and take action. Throughout my life, I witnessed countless moments when my father would spring into action, surprising those around him with passion and commitment to causes he deeply cared about. As his son, I grew up proud to witness these moments, even if, at the time, I didn't fully grasp the significance. What I knew then, and I still know today, is that if it mattered to him, it was important. His actions taught me empathy, compassion, and the value of standing up for what is right. Despite the physical challenges that he faced, my father demonstrated extraordinary resilience and strength. To me, he was not just a dedicated advocate, but also a guiding presence. Like many children, I saw my father as my first hero, and his calm, rational approach to life continues to inspire me today. He had the uncanny ability of pulling people together, and today is a great example of that as well. He had this thing when I was with him that he would always want me to call someone for him. I always had to get someone on the phone, and it always varied who it was. We'd be in the middle of conversation, and suddenly he'd tell me to call Diane or call Jill, two of his 9 siblings. And if someone from our family called while we were together, he always wanted me to answer the phone. It was his way of keeping us connected, even being so far away and might not being intentional for us in the moment. Another remarkable quality my father possessed was his unwavering support. No matter what, he was always my biggest advocate. Until his final days, he taught me the importance of navigating life with dignity, kindness, and a little bit of humor. He remained a hopeful and optimistic person, and his legacy serves as a reminder to me that anything is possible. On behalf of myself and the rest of the Corey family, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the West Palm Beach VA Healthcare System's leadership team. I also want to offer a special thank you to Congressman Brian Mast, whose sponsorship of the bill to rename this medical center, along with the support of all 28 members of the Florida delegation, made today possible. Congressman Mast, listening to you speak on the House floor in support of this renaming was truly surreal. I'm grateful for your advocacy. I have no doubt that the staff and leadership of this medical center will uphold the honor of its new name. For the past 23 years, I've called the Thomas H. Corey VA Medical Center my home away from home. It's an incredible and unique honor to now support a mission that is even more personal to me than it ever was before. Experiencing the care that this medical center provides from both the employee and family member perspective has given me a deeper appreciation for how our veterans deserve to be treated. The care my father received from both the West Palm Beach and Miami VA healthcare systems played a vital role in his ability to keep fighting for the community he served. How fortunate we were as employees to serve the very veteran whose legacy will be forever engraved in this medical center's history. If you are a veteran, welcome. This is your place. We are here, we're dedicated, and it's our pleasure to serve you. I only hope that in my remaining time here at the Thomas H. Corey VA Medical Center that I can honor the legacy of the namesake. Thank you.
for your heartfelt remarks. As we gather to reflect and celebrate the life of Tom, I know without a doubt his presence, he is present in spirit with us and could not be more grateful to have those who meant the most to him here today. Let's continue to live our lives with his spirit, not just in mind, but most importantly in our hearts. I miss your father dearly, and I'm off script now. So I will miss him whipping up to the atrium, telling me to get in the van. He'd say, get in. I said, where are we going? He said, get in. So we'd go somewhere, and you're right, we were calling people. I don't know who we were calling, but we were. So, but thank you all very much. Thank you all for your roles in this. We greatly appreciate it. We're honored to bear the name. This concludes our ceremony. And at this time, we will be escorting you to the shelves. You feel free to mingle and enjoy. There's some light refreshments in room 4B, 116, 117, and then or you can use the elevators and we can escort you out. But thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. And thank you all for coming.